Hop on the solar coaster, come along for the ride, yeah. The solar coaster's rolling, it feels so right. Hop on the solar coaster, come along for the ride.
Aloha, my name is Hada Ober, and this is the Solo Poster. The wildlife of the solar industry told by people that are living it every day. In the hot seat with me is Ray Wolmers, here at the beautiful Velocity Honolulu. And while not exactly in solar space, Ray is at the intersection of high-performance luxury cars meeting the EV and hybrid market. We're so excited to dive in.
Nice.
Tell me, when did the sun first shine on your solar path?
Sun first. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that?
Or tell me about your first, the Ferraris. I mean, when did the luxury car industry really start to take hold of this EV and non-gas future?
I would say 2020. It probably started with Lamborghini and the Scion when they came out. That was the first hybrid. They used the hybrid electric portion for power, not just so. It's definitely gas engine with the electric hybrid system that creates more power. They're using that extra power electricity for just straight up power and torque.
And, what was the first reception of the fire? Because I'll just say personally, I was driving Maseratis for the last two vehicles that I had, and I had a really hard time moving over to my Porsche Taycan, which I love dearly now.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't until that far came out that I really felt like, okay, I can do this. And, of course, I got guilted by clients, and that I fully 100% believe in the solar industry, of course, and all my cameras up there on the roof. But, what was the initial response? And did people want this type of vehicle?
No, there's a lot of pushback even now for it. Now that Ferrari just announced last week that they're doing a fully electric Ferrari. Full electric, not a hybrid, not gas engine. So they're trying to figure out, do they keep the sound? Do they generate a fake sound? Do they do all of that? So right now, there's going to be a lot of judgment happening on that coming out. So we'll see.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
I didn't really miss the sound. I think for me, it's more the roll.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in my Taycan, I just really feel like it feels like a real car.
Yeah.
I like my mom's Tesla.
Yeah.
It was like achy. And I'm like, this is not the luxury experience that I feel like is part of it. So and I've never gotten to drive a Ferrari yet, but have you? What do you expect? Are you gonna get to test drive them?
Oh, for sure. Well, they're probably going to send us to Italy or Ferrari headquarters in New Jersey. Yeah, I've never been to Italy for Ferrari, so I'm excited that us being a little unique, we have Lamborghini, Ferrari, Bentley, Maserati, and Lotus, but their headquarters are in Italy, so if I have to go to Italy, one of my coworkers just went to Portugal for Lamborghini, so I'm excited for that aspect of it. You were mentioning Porsche came out with their electric. We had a big release party here for that here, and I didn't know too much, and I knew Maserati was going electric, and a lot of people are saying, well, it's not going to be the same, and it's going to suck, and it's going to be horrible. But I think there is definitely a demand for it, and there's definitely a clientele that will appreciate it. And there would still be some purists out there, but they'll buy older versions and just hold them and collect them, I think.
Yeah, and I think especially here in Hawaii, if there was ever a place where that kind of experience is what we want, is here.
Yeah.
Now where you're not going to drive far, and with so much sun, and it's just an ideal place for a electric vehicle. I don't miss part of the gas station at all.
Yeah.
And you can't drive that fast anyway.
Right.
What's the fastest you can drive here? 50 miles an hour?
I may or may not have driven 130 somewhere on this island, but I won't tell you where or how it happened. But
Well, it's so easy to drive fast. We're driving a Maserati. It was just like I looked down and be 70 miles, and I called the guy who was coasting at 30.
yeah, it's hard to get pulled over in the H3 tunnel, so that's why it's sad.
So tell me, these high-end cars, do they still qualify to this tax credit, manufacturer tax credit?
For EV, I mean, the government programs went away as of last month, so I don't believe there have any government programs available now for them, period. So
The manufacturers aren't going to promote anything on the
not that I heard of. Yeah,
How would they? I mean,
Right.
like, it doesn't seem like if you're going to spend that kind of money on a car, do you really care?
they can just discount it in theory, but luckily Lamborghini Ferraris don't really discount their cars. So if you had the credits were helpful, but I'm sure the prices will get marked up a little bit more anyway. So it's just a number at the end of the day. Luckily, the clients that buy these cars don't necessarily care how much it costs. They'll pay whatever for it. So luckily, we're not going to sell 20 cars a month or 30 cars a month. So
What I want to see is a race, like the Ferrari electric and the Ferrari,
yeah,
cylindry next to each other, and see which one can get to 100 faster. Because I mean, those electric vehicles, they just accelerate like crazy.
yeah.
I mean, there's like no, it's just immediate.
I'm sure there will be a race. If I get a YouTube channel up by then, maybe I'll be the one racing that and showing them. That'll be fun.
I'll come.
There you go. You can come film it or drive or both.
Wow. Amazing. So what are you? What do you drive?
I know I have a ML Mercedes. Yeah. I think next in my family, we have an EQS electric in the house. We also have, I guess, a Genesis GV60 now. So we have a couple different cars. Mother-in-law drives a electric BMW, and father-in-law drives a Range Rover. So
So do you have solar at your home
solar, yes.
and batteries too?
Mm-hmm.
And did you get that back with was that metering here in Hawaii, or were you on the CGF Plus?
The two, they don't have net metering. They're pretty much, they have a monthly bill, but it's all, the panels are out.
House own. Yeah. Well, we always say in solar, you can never get sold too many cats.
Right.
Always too little.
Right.
Especially here in Hawaii.
Yeah.
When did you get your batteries?
Everything was installed 2000 right after COVID, right around COVID. So
That's where nice.
Yeah.
That's where I got my batteries too. I was lucky. My father had invested in solar at the property that I own now early on. So I got in at that meter rate. And then during COVID, they had the HECO battery rebate because, here in Oahu, we sunset the Kilburn facility.
yeah.
And so we needed to offset 10% of the state's power.
Wow.
And so that they put together this program where they would give you basically, I got $850 per every KW.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lot. So I got 2 Tesla Powerwalls and I got a check for almost $9,000.
That's awesome.
And now all I got to do is because 6 and 8, I agree to put the power purchase agreement with HECO to draw down our batteries at 8% to help the state offset this need for power.
I think if they ever allow another competitor for HECO to come out and actually subsidize or at least bring the rates down, I think that would be essential because it's kind of like a monopoly because you only electricity one place here.
It is definitely a monopoly. It is a true monopoly that really is. I mean, I always think about that, like where you move into a home and you can pick the cable company.
Yeah.
In that spectrum, you can have Hawaii Telecom. You can pick lots of different things. But that is, inside of your land rules that you cannot pick the water and you cannot pick the utility. That's not the case in every state. I mean, in Texas, you can throw a shoe where you can hit an utility company.
Oh, really?
Well, yes.
Nice.
And it really, I think there's definitely a reason for it. I don't want to say that palm utilities are evil, but they're not, and they do a lot to the community. And right now, HECO's in trouble.
Yeah.
What happened in Maui and all these lawsuits, it's not looking good where you're at.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that they definitely have the upper hand. They can charge whatever they want, and people have to pay them. But the fires are not helpful, and some people are pointing fingers like Lahaina. Who's to blame? Is it the power lines, or what started the fire? Was it a transformer that caught on fire, or what? But so, I mean, that I think besides blaming Oprah as well, but.
Well, I think one thing that no one's even talking about that concerns me is the talk about back to cars.
Yeah.
The lithium-ion batteries that are in some of these vehicles, and they just burn completely up.
Yeah.
And the water board, they haven't changed the test for water purity in like 30 years. I'm not testing for lithium to handle that. And when all these smoke plumes go up in the sky and then they breeze over, that affects water and that affects land. And we're really not looking back. And after what the catastrophe we had, what is it, a year and a half ago, like the down valley where under the ground and what was that area where the military, they were looped?
Oh, Red Hill with the gas.
Yeah, I mean, in something like that, I mean, that was quick to kind of take effect because there's right in there. But what is the long-term impact of the lithium, in the water?
Well, I know right now we're experiencing Young Brothers no longer will ship lithium or electric vehicles, period. So it's only Pasha that will get those vehicles to and from here now. So that's going to increase probably their costs. You have less providers to get the vehicle, so that's going to cost more money to get your cars here or get them there. So I think I think more areas are going to be affected that they're not going to service it, or they're not going to be able to dispose of the batteries, especially in the older Priuses, or who knows what Tesla's going to do, right? Tesla's now the new standard for charging for even some of the cars. So they'll have to have the Tesla port, but are they making the rules now? Is Tesla making the solar or EV rules now?
Well, I mean,
With your Tesla battery pack in your house? Wait.
I mean, it's interesting to say that because I know a couple of years ago, there was a huge problem with Tesla in Singapore.
No, really?
The Singapore, people got cars, and the Singapore government didn't approve of the diesel charging that at the residential level.
Oh, wow.
People have bought cars and they're just sitting here in their garage.
They would have to go to a business and charge it if they wanted.
It's like everything in there. It's for
Okay to play.
people you pay, right? For the rights and the testing, and that if even one card has changed and it's been electrification from your UI or a interact or one of these different oversighting compromise. So with the vehicles now, are you gonna ship them in with the Pacific Air Cargo? Or these carriers?
I mean, if they're coming from the port, they're not going to ship it, or if they're coming from the manufacturer directly, they're going to have to put them on a boat. And it's weird because they'll bring it into the U.S. and then even if it's coming from Korea, they'll fly it into U.S. and then ship it here. So it would be cool if they could put all the cars on planes and pick them up, but that would actually be pretty expensive, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I got my Porsche I got in California.
Okay.
And it was going to be put on a boat in but it was with you like 3 weeks, and I was like really eager. I had to return my Maserati, and I was like stomping at the bit to get my car, and I worked at Pacific Air Cargo. So I talked to Paul, and he was super happy there helping with the car. And but when we ship cars this direction from the Walton to the mainland, there's a lot of opportunity because there's an inventory in the place to LA. So it's half the price of shipping it the other direction.
Right.
So, it's a pretty penny, but it's beautiful. They see almost secure in the car. It gets delivered any time.
I actually had a client buy a car here that was in the ground. It was actually driven at the racetrack event that I was telling you about earlier. And then he was a pilot for United, so he got to fly with this car home. Or actually fly with his car to California, and then it was going to get picked up and shipped to Washington where he lives. So, those are kind of fun stories that we get to see from time to time.
Could you have any special EV events coming up? And I guess specialize in different events here.
I'm sure since they just released the news flash on the electric Ferrari, like literally I think it was on the 13th or maybe the 10th. So they just released that. So I'm sure when that physically is on the ground, we will have an event. We're probably going to get a couple other cars before then. But we'll definitely make sure you're invited to whatever event we do.
Thank you. What is the price point? Is it about the same as a regular Ferrari, or are these?
I would say probably minimum of 400,000 up to 800,000 probably.
Seems modest.
Yeah.
Compared to the new Ferrari Cylindri over there. What was that?
It's about 7.
7?
It's in the same range, yeah.
Yeah. And those are beautiful. What's the most expensive car you had here on the lot?
It's actually a hybrid. The first one, the Scion, which I was telling you about.
That's the orange one?
The orange one in the corner, yeah. It's a 2020. That one's $3.8 million.
Wow, that's a Lamborghini.
That's a Lamborghini Scion, yeah. The most expensive car I've heard of from Ferrari was the one that they just donated, the proceeds. They built it specifically for the Monterey Car Week, and they sold for $26 million. And it all went to charity.
That's more different.
Yeah. I guess the LA fires, some of it went there, and I guess that was kind of the Monterey, give the money to LA, and that was their way to give back. But it's a beautiful car. Yeah. SV3 Daytona.
Interesting. So anything else you're seeing in trends in terms of what people are asking for as we go into electrification?
They want convenience, and they want long range, and they don't want to be stuck charging their car somewhere. So they want it to charge fast. So most of the people will... I see a lot more people having solar at their own home and charging. It'd be nice if the gas pumps went away, but I don't think that's going to happen ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that probably here, but on the mainland, now a couple clients working on electrification of the highway system. Is unlike the Autobahn, which is really set up for success. In convenient locations, you can just drive right off, and you have the rapid, level 3, level 4 charging. Yeah. They have the different type of graphite batteries that can completely discharge and recharge in 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
The lithium ion battery,
Oh, wow.
which can hardly ever completely discharges, can be up, it's about 70%. And then the capacity just really takes too long to make it efficient for getting where you're going.
Yeah.
Right. And like, who wants to be traveling across country and sitting somewhere for an hour?
Yeah. It's a waste of time. It's not
You
effective.
need to be quick and you need to be and you get on the way. But, I think that you're right. Like that there's never going to be a time where we're going to see gas stations fully go away. And what about the hydrogen vehicles?
Hydrogen, I haven't heard a ton about hydrogen, but I know there are people working on them. Like, it's also with the little personal jets that they have. Like, people can fly over.
Commuter jets.
Yeah. That'll be pretty tight, yeah? Be like, oh, I'll be back. Let me just fly over and do you have a place for me to land my pod or whatever it's called? I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
But hybrid, I mean, if it's an energy source that has that powerful, that's water's everywhere, so they can extract hydrogen from it and create a fuel source from it. If they get the technology right, I mean, sky's the limit.
It really is true. And especially in places like here with the salt air, I wonder about the, just overall corrosion of some of these vehicles and the battery.
Yeah, the corrosion is definitely a serious issue. And the cockroaches. Salty bugs.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Ray. And how can people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me, velocityhonolulu.com or Ray_Wolmers at Instagram, but I'm also on LinkedIn.
Right. Well, we will have Ray's all the social profiles here. And make sure to check out the Covert Code, where Ray talks about his fast-paced life in real estate and supercar sales in the luxury lifestyle. You're not going to want to miss that. And please join me next week as I interview another industry expert to help you ride the highs and lows of the solar coaster. I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Hop on the solar coaster, come along for the ride, yeah. Where sunshine meets stories and bright futures collide. We're sparking up ideas with laughter and light. The solar